Social media and terrorism, the subject of a hearing in Detroit federal court this morning. A lawsuit claiming Google, Facebook, and Twitter need to be held accountable for allowing ISIS and other groups from using their platforms to generate terror attacks. Local 4 Business editor Rod Maloney is live downtown with this story. Rod?
Yeah, Kim, if you go online, go into YouTube and look up ISIS recruiting, you can find videos here. And we know that ISIS tends to recruit every day, all day on social media. That's no secret. But there's a local attorney who says, you know what, it's against the law to aid and abet terrorism. And he says these companies are getting away with it and they shouldn't be allowed to. This case centers around the Orlando Pulse nightclub terror attack, now the second worst mass shooting on American soil. 29-year-old Omar Mateen of Fort Pierce, Florida, shot and killed 49 people, called 911 during the assault and pledged allegiance to ISIS before the SWAT teams tracked him down and killed him in a men's room. The families of a dozen Orlando victims, including one from Michigan, hired attorney Keith Altman to go after Google, Twitter, and Facebook, asking a simple question.
They seem to be held accountable to stop child pornography being used on their site, so why can't they stop terrorism from being used on the site?
These high-priced lawyers from New York and California came to court today asking Judge David Lawson to throw out Altman's case. They argued that Altman cannot directly link ISIS and Mateen's radicalization, and that there's no proof social media played any part in the Orlando attack as the law requires. The Twitter lawyer told the judge that Altman can't even prove Mateen had a Twitter account. Altman admits he is likely to lose his case here in Detroit, and he already has appeals ready. He claims it's a case of the real world getting out ahead of old law and antiquated legal precedent.
These companies act with impunity because they have no fear. They believe they will not be held liable no matter what happens on their accounts. And it's just a get-out-of-jail-free card is just unacceptable.
And so the judge did not have a ruling from the bench today. We're expecting a written ruling in the days to come. But like I said, Altman believes he's probably going to lose in this court right now. But he said he's just going to keep trying. He dropped another case today on the Barcelona terror attack under roughly the same circumstances, a little bit different case, but he says he's just going to keep pushing this because he feels at some point there's going to be an appeals court that says, hey, you know what, you're right, and this needs to be addressed. Back to you.
So, Rod, what is it the social media companies claim, I guess, gives them immunity? What do they think that is?
Well, there was a 1996 law. It's called Section 230 of the Communications and Decency Act, all right? It has to do with internet, and it says that no provider or user of an interactive computer service should be treated as the publisher or speaker of any information provided by another information content provider. In other words, that law holds harmless the third party that puts this stuff out there. But Altman is saying this can't stand. He said there are instances where they can't do that and that they can't aid and abet terrorism. And so it's likely we'll be hearing about this again in the days to come.
Yeah, let us know how it turns out, Rod. We appreciate it.